Hey, today I feel like talking about something unique, something new, and something I'm positive no one has ever wasted time yapping about before. The subject of today's video is a Roman emperor, in particular, this dude, Licinius. Now, you may be asking, wait a minute, Licinius isn't someone that no one has ever talked about before, and to that I say you are correct. That's because today we're not going to be talking about Licinius himself, as he actually stayed in a position of power for a substantial amount of time and heavily altered the geopolitical landscape during his reign. He's actually rather famous and not obscure enough for me to be making a video about him. No, we are going to be talking about these two. Immediately, a rather obvious question occurs, that being, what the hell? That's because these two gentlemen, Valens and Martinianus, who were two different co-emperors appointed by Licinius in the years 316 and 324 respectively, are extremely obscure and irrelevant figures, and as this video progresses you will begin to understand why that is. Following the famous Battle of Cibale that took place between the two rival emperors Licinius and Constantine in 316, Licinius was decisively defeated and fled to the nearby city of Sirmium, where he elevated Valerius Valens, a local commander, as co-emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire. I don't really understand why he couldn't have selected someone more notable or respected in the military field as co-emperor, judging by the situation, but yeah. Anyways, after further military conflict between Licinius and Constantine in Thrace, a peace treaty was eventually negotiated. It was during this time that, seemingly for no reason at all, Licinius had Valens executed. The reason for why this occurred is still unknown. Maybe his execution was part of the peace agreement, or Licinius just wanted to get rid of him for something completely unrelated. We might never know. What we do know is that Valens' pathetic career as an emperor ended after a mere 4 to 5 months in power. As a result, Valens really wasn't able to accomplish anything important in this short span, leaving behind essentially no legacy. Following the recently negotiated peace treaty, Constantine would start a campaign against Gothic tribes north of the Danube River. During this effort, he violated the border between the two halves of the empire, and as a result, a second civil war ensued. In the midst of this new military conflict, following Licinius' defeat at the famous Battle of Adrianople, likely in an act of panic and desperation, as he'd done with Valerius Valens, he elevated Martinianus, probably also someone with a vague military background, as co-emperor. After attempting to prevent a naval crossing from Thrace to the Asiatic territories shortly before the Battle of Chrysopolis, Martinianus and Licinius were both imprisoned by Constantine, Martinianus having his title of co-emperor relinquished on September the 18th, 324. Unfortunately for both of the men, after a change of heart, Constantine executed both Licinius and Martinianus. In total, Martinianus' imperial career lasted a measly 3 months before he was dethroned. As with Valens, due to an extremely brief reign, he was not able to accomplish anything of importance. To conclude, both Valens and Martinianus were co-emperors in partnership with Licinius, each spontaneously appointed Augustus in the wake of military conflict. Neither were successful in holding power for a very long time, and are, as a result, extremely underwhelming emperors that little to nobody cares to learn about. In my opinion, of the two, Martinianus is slightly more notable, as he at least led an army into Constantine's territory, albeit with no success in the end. Thanks for watching. Stay educated.